Everybody is talking about the race to 1,000 subscribers, and I get it, right? It's a big feat to achieve, right? It's something excited that we're working towards. And as ambitious people, content creators, YouTubers, business owners utilizing this platform, listen, it is a great feeling to get there. But it's not a race. This really is a YouTube journey. It is not a sprint, right? So, what about just getting to our first 500 subscribers? Isn't that something to celebrate? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about in today's video, how I actually achieved those very results and how you can do the same. Now, I want to just preface this conversation by saying there is nothing that happens overnight. Like we just know that if you literally know somebody, and I want to see proof, okay? If you know somebody who has actually achieved an overnight success, I mean, literally, they made the decision to set a big goal today and then tomorrow, overnight, they achieved it. It doesn't happen. It doesn't exist, right? So we've got to understand that that is also true for YouTube, right? We are going through a journey, but we need to be celebrating these small wins and these milestones as we hit them because that is a big, huge target too. When I first started my YouTube journey, which has been 9 whole years in the span of time I've been on this platform, and I'll talk more about that here shortly, that's all I ever wanted to achieve. I didn't even know you needed 1,000 subs until later. I was just trying to achieve the first 500. And it took me a long time to get here, but now I have exceeded my own expectations and I'm really excited about that. And I will be celebrating that today. Okay. In fact, I already did celebrate it because as of this recording, and I'm going to celebrate some more because there's nothing wrong with celebrating as often as we can as we are taking incremental steps and taking action every single day to hit our goals, right? But I want you to know that as of this recording, I'm at about 650-ish subs, and I didn't check right before this recording, but that's okay, close enough. So I have exceeded my own goals and expectation, right? And I am still optimistic about, and I know I will eventually get to the 1,000 subs, as will you. But for those of you, if you're just getting started, if you are like a small YouTuber or a small channel, just be okay with celebrating that first 500 because we set the goal so high sometimes, but we don't think about what it actually takes from us and what is required of us to get there. But you will get there. Do know that, okay? Make sure you're seeing the glass half full rather than half empty. I am a huge optimist, okay, if you can't tell, and I'm always positive thinking about these things. And so I want to shift your perspective too, hopefully allowing you to see through my lens and how I, got to where I'm at today. And I'm not saying all of a sudden that makes me an expert or some YouTube guru. I believe in staying in my lane. Okay, that is not my claim to fame. But what I can tell you is that I am super excited about the achievements that I have made so far. And I want to talk to you about that so you can feel the same way. So I'm going to actually be giving you some really good practical tips that you can take away today and implement right away as soon as you're done watching this YouTube video. Okay. And do these things for yourself. These are things that are tested, tried, and true. I have done so many things since being on YouTube that didn't work. And girl, I can do a whole video about what didn't work. But today, I really want to focus on what has worked, what is working right now in real time as I am on this journey and as you are on the journey with me. So if you have hit a plateau and you're feeling stuck right now and you're feeling like, oh my gosh, when am I ever going to get there? I understand. I was there too. And in fact, I have a whole video talking about my journey that I've been posting on YouTube for 9 years and still not monetized. If you have not yet watched that video, I suggest you do. And I'll make sure that it's linked in the description below or up in the card so you can click above, okay? When you're done watching this video. But you have got to be your loudest cheerleader and your biggest fan, okay? First, before anybody else. But along the way, you want to bring people with you, right? So I'm here to support you along this journey as another, from another fellow small channel and, someone who is a business owner utilizing this platform for that very reason. And I'll talk more about that shortly too. But be sure that just give yourself a high five, a hug, a pat on the back, like, girl, you did the damn thing. We are in this journey together, and I want you to know that you can get there too. So don't feel like you're never going to make it, because you can, and you absolutely will. So let's go ahead and get into some practical advice, some tidbits of information. And like I said, just some insights as to what I've learned, because that's what this is about, is community, right? We're building a community here. And what I love about YouTube so much is that it is a community of people who are willing to help each other. And I really and truly appreciate that. So the first thing is celebrate your wins, right? Listen, nothing was built overnight. Rome was not built overnight. You do not just typically go to a job and on the first day you start off as an employee, an independent contributor, and then all of a sudden the next day you're the CEO of the organization, right? It doesn't typically work that way. I have never seen anybody do that. So you either are starting from the bottom, working your way to the top, right? That's why it's called climbing the corporate ladder. Or, or maybe you knew somebody who allowed you to jump through a few hoops, or skip some of those hoops that most of us have to jump through rather. And you made it to maybe a leadership role a lot faster than somebody normally would. And then eventually worked your way up a lot faster. But still, it wasn't done overnight. Nor do you drive out of your parking lot of your driveway going from 0 to 100 real quick, right? You're looking around, you're making sure you're watching for pedestrians, hopefully, right? You're pulling out slowly, you're making sure you're not hitting other cars, and you build up momentum and speed as you go along on your journey, on your way to the destination. And then maybe by the time you get to the freeway or the expressway, depending on where you are, you may call it something different, the highway, right? You jump on there and then you pick up speed and you eventually get to a higher speed. Hopefully you're not doing 100 miles per hour unless you are racing or you're in an open road and you're just traveling a long distance, okay? Otherwise, I don't want to be anywhere around you when you're doing those kinds of speeds. Now, I digress, okay? But I wanted to say that first as a preface to this conversation, just to kind of put you in the mind frame to think like, yeah, that is true. I don't just start a job and all of a sudden I'm the CEO of the company or go from 0 to 100. That is true. So it's the same with YouTube. It's no different, right? All right. So celebrate the momentum that you're making, celebrate the small wins that you're achieving, because it's all good. It's all good. And congratulations to you. Even if you have 5 subscribers, 11 subscribers, 33, 86, 111, it doesn't matter, right? On your way to your 500, let's go ahead and reach that goal first. But go ahead and be proud of yourself for the work you've done so far to get to where you are right now. Because you know what? That's maintaining an attitude of gratitude. And that's one of my core values. I'm really big on that. The more that you appreciate where you are right now and what you have, then you will get more of what you desire. But if all you do is bitch, gripe, and complain about, oh, I'm not there, I'm not going to ever get there, and you're a pessimist, right? You have a pessimistic mindset, that is going to just give you more of that, because I am a real big believer in energy, right? I believe that energy is everything. So that's what I want you to know, is that you've got to, first of all, just making sure, okay, I don't know why it looked like my recording stopped for a minute. And I'm like, oh, because this is, by the way, this is the second time. Let me just tell you real quick, okay, sidebar. This is the second time I am recording this video for you. That's how much I care about you, okay? I was literally almost done recording this video the first time and can't believe it, but I had to pause it for a minute because I had a little bit of a tickle in my throat. So I had a coughing episode. I had to grab some water. And during me grabbing some water, I came back to resume the recording. And instead of hitting resume, I hit restart. That was just like, wow, really? So, but here I am, right? So I'm just telling you these things because it's happening to me for real, in real life. This is real life and it is what it is, but that didn't stop me from recording this video for you, because I really want to help you achieve your goals just as much as I'm achieving mine. Okay, authenticity, that is so key to your success. It really and truly is. So much so that, I mean, this is what people look for, right? They want you to be really genuinely who you are, like who you are sincerely, not who you pretend to be, who you are on camera only. They want to see your fun side, your quirky side, your casual side. They want to see your, very silly side. They want to see that you're great at entertaining or educating. They want to see you behind the brand, right? You, who are you? The face of the brand, the face of the business. Who are you really? Like, how can I trust what you're saying, if I can't even trust, if I don't even feel like I know you, right? There has to be a connection there. And so video is a great way to show up and show off and show out with the truth of who you are at the core of your being and not hide from that. Like, be true to you first, and then you can show up and be true to the people who you are, who's listening to you, who are tuning in to you. Okay. So I have to say that be real, be raw, be relatable, be your most authentic, genuine self, and operate from a level of integrity. Like, we've got to be, and we have to make sure that we are operating out of integrity. That's another one of my core values. We have to be, or people will just go on about their business and they won't tune into you because they won't trust you. They won't feel like they can believe you. They won't feel like they know you. They won't feel like you're operating, they won't feel like you're being honest with them. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be key to connecting to your audience. And then um, engage with your audience. Okay. Please engage with your audience. This is so important. I don't care if there's one person watching you or 100 people watching you or 1,000 people. We've got to engage. Listen, if somebody takes the time to stop by and say, give you a thumbs up, give you some words of encouragement, support you, subscribe to you, comment on your video, they cared enough to do that, and they didn't have to, right? So we have to be cognizant of that. We have to make sure that we're giving them the attention that they deserve. And because if it wasn't for them, then we wouldn't have viewers, right? So we need to be mindful of that. We really and truly do. It's not fair. It's not right to just ignore those people and be like, oh, that was just one person, I'm not going to bother. Or just, like, you can at least give them a thumbs up or a heart emoji or something, right? You can at least say, thank you, appreciate you watching, something. They even have it now so that AI generates a quick message for you that you can just do a quick reply if you're just kind of on the go and in a hurry. But if you have the time, I would definitely suggest giving a thoughtful reply. Let me tell you something that happened to me for real, okay? And this actually was on the video that I shared with you a little bit ago, where I'm talking about my journey. Okay, here's the real deal. I was literally getting so many messages, okay? So many comments on that video. It was picking up a lot of traction. And I had never had a video do that, but I was trying to keep up. Now, I run a whole entire business, okay? So it's not like I'm just working on YouTube content all day. I am not just a content creator. I am a business owner first, utilizing YouTube to create content for brand awareness, establishing credibility, authority, and as a lead generation tool, okay? So I finally got this video that took off, and I was like, okay, I've got to keep up with these comments as much as possible, and I did. But for some odd reason, there were some comments that I would see come up on a notification on my phone, and I couldn't get to it right away. So what I decided to do was leave that comment as new. Like, I didn't look at it because I didn't want it to get lost in all of the comments. I wanted to know that I literally responded to every single person who left a comment, because some people left very thorough, very thoughtful comments, very detailed. And I wanted to make sure that they knew I saw them and I appreciated them so much. Some people were taking the time to tell me what helped, what worked for them, what other creators who are successful in this, in this YouTube universe, they were telling me, like, this is what worked for other people. This is what worked for them. They were giving me like step-by-step information. Like, they really went above and beyond, just encouraging, saying, thank you. I now know I'm not alone on the journey. It was just really great. So I wanted to be sure that I responded. So what had happened was, I went to the comments later when I had time on my computer, because it's just a lot faster. I could type a lot faster and a lot easier from my computer than I can on my phone, right? And so I wanted to get through as many comments as possible. So those comments that I had seen on my phone earlier, when I would go to my notification by email to take me directly to the comment, all of a sudden the comment wasn't there. So a few comments disappeared. And I was like, oh my gosh, I know I saw this person comment. And I was looking, searching. even took the time to do research. What happened? Why does this happen? Is this typical? Is this just something that's happening to me? How can I troubleshoot? What can I do? Anyways, apparently it's a thing on YouTube, and it's a whole thing. So I'm not the only one this has happened to, but it was very annoying, very frustrating, because I didn't want people to think I was ignoring them. So what I had done instead was I said, I don't have time to keep trying to figure out where these comments are. But what I can do is I can pin a comment on the comment section of this video and let people know, listen, if you made a comment on my video, I want you to know that I see you and I appreciate you so much, because you didn't have to watch the video, let alone leave a comment. And I want you to know that your comment did not go in vain. Okay, you did not leave a comment for no reason. But I do need you to understand that for some reason, I cannot find all of the comments that I saw initially. And for that reason, I was not able to leave a reply to you. But do know that I appreciate each and every one of you. And if any of you have, if this happened to you before, if you know anything about this happening to other people, can you please let me know what I can do to fix the issue? But I just want you to know that I appreciate you sincerely and thank you so much. That's how you do that, okay? You don't just say, whatever, I don't care. I'm not going to bother. You know what I mean? Care, because that is going to come back to you, right? I really and truly believe in the law of the universe. So I just needed to share that story really quickly, because that's how important it is for you to engage with your viewers. And that's what we're talking about in the comments, okay? Next, let's talk about trending topics, titles, and thumbnails. So critical to our success. That ties into what we're going to talk about next, and I'll get there shortly. Well, not next necessarily, but a couple bullet points down, okay? So let's do this. The reason why the thumbnails are important, the titles are important, and the trending topics, let's talk about those, kind of break those down one by one. I'll talk about trending topics last, because I'm going to get back to the video I was just talking about shortly ago, okay? And this will all tie in together. So titles, searchable titles. People they're looking for specific things that can help them, right? So this is an evergreen platform. So whatever it is that you talk about, whatever your niche is, hopefully you have one where you're talking about a specific thing to a particular avatar or ideal client or some specific viewer, right? You're talking to that one individual. Even if you're talking to many, you're always talking to one. You want to make sure that your title is compelling, that it is clickable, clickable, yes, but compelling, catchy. You want to make sure that it is intriguing. It is what's the word I'm looking for? That it piques curiosity, okay? And that it's clickable and that you're confirming the click, okay? What do I mean by that? That means we're not doing clickbait stuff. We're not trying to trick people into believing that we're talking about a particular thing, and then when they get onto our video, we're not talking about that thing. You want to lose trust fast? That's the way to go. Don't do that, okay? Let's not do that. So let's be honest and, again, operate from a level of integrity that people can respect us, trust us, and appreciate that we're going to give them the real deal, okay? And we want the title to be like matching in a way, or complementing the title, right? So once they search it and they found you and they say, oh, this seems interesting, let me see what she's talking about. I want to know more about how to do this or how to do that, right? Well, now that we've got their attention, we've got to keep them on the video. Well, first of all, so they see the title, but what made them click was the thumbnail, okay? So the thumbnail, you know how they say a picture is worth 1,000 words? It really is true, right? There's a picture is worth 1,000 words. Even if you have just a little bit of text on your thumbnail, which you should, it should be complementary to what the title is. And it should also pique curiosity, and it should be compelling and catchy. Clever, but not so clever that it's not clear. Okay, so those are all like the C words. But if you didn't, let's say you took away the text, the words that's on the thumbnail, make sure that even without those words, you can tell what the video is about enough, and it matches what the title is. And it's like, ooh, that looks real interesting. Let me click on that. That is what stops the scroll. That is what gets the people's attention. And then once you get their attention and they click, okay, that's +1, right? That's 1 point for you? Well, we need to get them to stay a while. By a while, I mean at least a third of the way, right? Hopefully halfway. And for some, we can get them maybe all the way through. That would be great. But not everybody's going to watch your whole video. So make sure that when you get them on, that you confirm the click by right away telling them what the video is going to be about. Okay? It's not a secret. That's the strategy. Okay? Now, when and then you'll see your click-through rate like increase. Okay? Those are the key components there. Okay. Trending topics. I knew it was something else. I was like, there was something else I just promised you that I'm going to talk about. Okay. Trending topics is that this is what worked well for me. I did a couple trending topics before that honestly did not work so well. Okay. But I think it didn't work well looking back on it. And this is just like, I don't know. This is kind of like speculation purely because I don't really know why. But I think maybe the timing was off. Like when I hopped on the wave, the trending topic wave, like you kind of got to catch it early on. And I think for my specific niche, it didn't work out so well just because of the timing of it all. I believe if I would have jumped on it sooner, then I could have very well gained traction. But I waited till maybe it was 3 months or 4 months old to talk about that thing, I believe. And I didn't quite know how trending topics worked. So this video that I spoke about earlier, where I was posting for 9 years on YouTube and still not monetized, that video did well because one of the other YouTube creators who I follow, I'm actually subscribed to her. Shout out to Sienna Singh, okay? And Body Pursuit is her YouTube channel. Check her out. She was encouraging her subscribers to use that very title. And she did a video where she was talking about being on YouTube for 5 years and still not monetized. Now, I didn't even listen to her video initially because I didn't want that in my mind. I didn't want her voice in my head. I didn't want her to influence how I talked about and shared my own story and journey. I wanted it to be, unique to me because my story and my journey really is unique. So I wasn't trying to copy her as far as what she was saying. I was only utilizing that title because she encouraged her subscribers to do that because it worked for her and she's been trying to help more people get monetized. So the first 48 hours, I only gained, I shouldn't say only because I don't want to discredit those people who did view it, but 23 views. Okay. And I thought, well, okay, I'm an optimist. So maybe it's going to take a minute before it picks up traction. I honestly didn't know how good it would do or not. But by the third day, it really started to pick up traction. And then before you know it, YouTube was recommending this video to other people. So on the homepage, so that was great. And I was really excited about it. And still to this day, it is by far my best performing video of all the 9 years I've been on YouTube. Now, so make sure you hop on trending topics, but early on, and make sure you're being authentic to you, true to you, and sharing your story from your perspective, not someone else's. Okay, that's the main thing I wanted to say about that. Batch recording, that's a big that's a big deal. The reason why it's a big deal is that you don't want this to feel like a chore. Okay, if you're like me, I'm a business owner. I've said that a few times. I'm not just a content creator. And there's nothing wrong with if you're just a content creator, but I'm sure you still have a life outside of YouTube, right? So you've already got your errands to run, your household chores. You may have a family, so kids you're taking care of, elderly parents, you've got, maybe you're working a full-time job while you're doing this on the side. Like you've got other things. Like it's not just YouTube all day, right? So if I believe in bulking up so you don't get bogged down, that's my philosophy, one of many. What does that mean? That means batch create your content. So what I was doing in the beginning, and I've done this a long time, but this is what's really working well for me right now. When I was posting in the beginning, early kind of stages of my YouTube journey, excuse me, I was batch recording 4 videos in one sitting, right? So I would take like a day. Okay. Like, so if you don't know, I did another video where I'm talking about how I actually manage my time and manage my energy. And one of the ways that I do this is through batch recording, and I have theme days. So Monday is Money Moves Monday, and it's also my Marketing Monday. So that's a day where I'm batch recording. So it was a lot easier to do 4 videos for the month, right? If I'm posting once a week, that's only 4 videos in a couple of hours that I need to get through, and I'm good to go. But now I batch record 12 videos because I'm posting 3 times a week. So Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays are my typical schedule now. So it's very challenging sometimes to do 12 videos in one day. So I have to, like chop that up over a span of time, right? So now I'm doing between 3 and 4 days. So I either do 4 videos over a 3-day time frame, or if I can do 6 videos on a Monday and 6 videos on another day, I'll do that. Or I'll do 3 videos that I'm recording over 4 days. But that takes care of the whole entire month. Okay. It just depends on what I've got going on in my schedule and how I can fit it in. But I'm always batch recording so I can bulk up and not get bogged down. So do yourself a favor so it doesn't feel like a chore, and batch record. Okay. Then post consistently. That word is so played out. Okay. I don't even want to really use the word consistent because everybody says, oh, just be consistent. Well, yes, be consistent, but be strategic. And I just gave you some real true strategies that work. And batch recording is one of them, right? Making sure that you hop on trending topics and some of the other things that I mentioned already. So those are some of the strategies that's working well for me. Something else that I'm doing too, though, that I want to make sure that I share with you is I am also going live. Well, I did this for a 21-day challenge and I wanted to test it out. It actually does work. Let me tell you the good news about this, okay? Unlike shorts, when you go live with the vertical view, and I talked about this in another video, but you go live on a vertical view, or utilizing the vertical view feature, your video, your live stream shows up in the shorts feed. Unlike shorts though, with shorts, you do not get the view time, right? You don't get the watch hours. That doesn't count towards your views, just in case you weren't aware. So but when you do the vertical videos, live streaming, those show up on the shorts feed, and those do count towards your views and your watch hours. So that is a gem right there. Okay. That's actually a little bit of an extra bonus. By the way, if you're getting value from this, please do let me know. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Do share this out with at least 3 people, your colleagues, your associates, your acquaintances, 3 of your besties, right? Your entrepreneur entourage, somebody, anybody, everybody who can benefit from this information, because we're all in this together. All right. So be sure to hit that subscribe button, and I appreciate you. And give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment as well. Now, I talked a little bit about earlier, or I kind of hinted around to the next thing, which is leveraging analytics. Now, I'll be honest, I have never really in the past, I didn't care to look at analytics. And I know, because I'm a business owner, I look at KPIs, metrics, monitoring metrics matter. Metrics tell a story. I know all of that. Trust me. I just didn't have enough subscribers to care, and I just didn't have the time, and I just wasn't really into it like I should have been. But now that's a different story. Okay. I actually do pay attention more so to just a few of the analytics. I didn't even know until I hired a YouTube coach to help me to do a channel analysis. And she happened to point out to me that I had more men following me than women. I had 21 to 34-year-olds age group following me more so than the age group that I'm actually catering to. And that I had a low click-through rate, CTR, which is what we were talking about a little bit earlier with regard to the searchable title and the thumbnail. Okay. Those are the things that you have to get right, which I haven't mastered yet. I'm still working on myself, but those are the things you have to master eventually so that you can get better and improve over time and evolve. Okay. I have noticed that my thumbnails and my titles are much better than they were once before. So that's a good thing, but those are the things we have to do to make it work. So analytics are really important because it helps you manipulate or tweak the things that aren't working and pay attention to the things that are, so you can do more of that. Because had I known, I didn't realize, I was like, I wonder why more men are following me than women. Because if you don't know, I cater to women, Gen Xers, women over 40, women in their 50s, right? And I specifically am teaching women how to leave corporate America and build their online brand and businesses while prioritizing their health, healing, and happiness. I'm thinking, why am I attracting men? And why am I attracting 21 to 34-year-olds? It must be, my energy. I do have some dominance in my energy. I wasn't maybe exuding enough of my feminine energy. So that that seemed to attract more men than women, right? It just a number of reasons, I guess. I am a little bossy, okay? So so maybe that was what was attracting men. And then just some of the way that I may have delivered the message, right? And then what I was talking about, maybe for the younger peeps. So nothing wrong with that. I don't mind men watching my videos, and if it's applicable to what they are needing to learn in their journey. And I don't mind young people watching my video either. I think that's great. But those aren't the people I'm called to serve, and those aren't the people I'm catering to. You understand what I'm saying? So I did need to know that, and now I see the metrics changing. So that's the good news, and that's what you need to start watching out for too. So just pick out one or two or three things that you can pay attention to in the beginning, and really start to look more at your YouTube studio, because that's where your analytics lie, or that's where they live, right? Okay, so you want to make sure you're paying particular attention to those things as well. Now, the whole bottom line here is that we've got to have the right mindset, and we've got to have patience through the process. We've got to trust the process and know that it's going to work for us. Somehow, some way, some days, it is going to work. You just got to believe, and you just got to keep going. Okay. So keep posting, even if you're seeing slow growth, but steady growth, you're still headed in the right direction. Again, we're not trying to go from 0 to 100. Okay, we're not trying to go from employee to CEO, and we're not trying to go from 0 to 1,000 subscribers in one day. Give it some time. Appreciate the journey. Respect the journey. Give yourself, celebrate the journey. You know what I mean? Embrace it. Like really, really, truly celebrate your small wins along the way. And growing your YouTube channel. As a small creator, I know it can feel overwhelming, and that's why I'm here to do my best to help you as I'm learning. Okay. But do know that reaching 500 subscribers as compared to 1,000 really is doable. So don't count yourself out. Don't say you're never going to get there. These are some ways, I'm telling you, these are the things that worked for me. They will absolutely work for you too, but you just got to keep going. Give it a try. Don't just try it out once. Like I said, 21 to 30 days, that's like the magic number, right? Really to like start a new habit, right? Create a new habitual pattern, but also to see real results. You're not going to just see it in one day or 1 week or even 2 weeks necessarily. So give it a try for at least 21 days, and then see what magic happens. And then come back to this video and leave me a comment and let me know how this helped you and if it in fact did help. Okay. Now, I'm going to tune out while you tune in. Be sure to watch the next video that YouTube recommends. As always, and until next time, I am wholeheartedly in this journey with you. I truly am. Bye for now.